What's up? What's up, guys? AW here in order. What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing good. Blind that TikTok bitches. Yeah, very funny. Hope you're all doing good like I am. I'm doing good. Very good. You know what? Born again tomorrow. That's all set up, man. Make sure to be awake. Make sure to be awake. I'll be awake at 10 a.m. I'm usually awake by that time, so I have no worries. Okay? Tomorrow. For Daredevil, okay? I'm usually awake. Hit that like button. Okay, I'm just checking out my one of my videos on this channel. It's doing actually decent. That's I gotta say, it's funny. It's funny. It's quite funny actually. But yeah. All right, man. All right, we're gonna get any Muschietti, man. What this guy? When I hear this guy, I'm like more and more. I think like, yeah, maybe get him off Brave and Bold. Okay. I do not. I'm gonna bring up an article about what he says. I do not like this. Okay, I do not like what I read, or I'm gonna read to you guys. Oh yeah, and this will be this will definitely be inviting guests. So there will be guests invited, so don't worry about that. All right. I just gotta check something real quick. Let's see. Okay, whatever. All right. Where's my friend Degrassi? That's what I want to know. Where's Degrassi? I'm pulling up the article right now, but I'm gonna invite people on too. I just take the variety. I'll take variety. And this is not a good. Nope, that's not how I should do it. Good thing I have the volume off. For that, because I don't want to hear that fucking thingamajig. I don't want to hear the trailer for whatever film that is. Okay, whatever film that is. But I got things planned for tomorrow already, as you could tell. As you could tell. If you could get up in time. All right, invitations are sent. Okay, invitations are sent. All right. Here's the director, Andy Muschietti. His reasoning. Muschietti finally opened up, right? He opened up why the Flash failed. 200 million was a box office dud. Why was a box office dud? And here's his thoughts on why it was a box office dud. Dud. Well, all right. Released in 2023, The Flash grossed 270 million by the end of its run. It's not a small figure by any means, but yeah, it is. It is a small figure for a comic book movie. It is. But considering the budget size and the projected marketing costs, the DC blockbuster needed to double that figure to get out of the red. Well, it didn't get into the green. Obviously, it didn't come in the green, so it stayed in the red. That didn't. That didn't. All right. The Flash couldn't recoup the cost because it failed to hit all four quadrants of a moviegoer demographic: men over 25, men under 25, women over 25, women under 25. Oh man, so he's blaming on the demographics. Okay. The Flash failed among all other reasons because it wasn't a movie that appealed to all four quadrants. It failed at that Muschietti said on Radio 2 Leo's Valerio da Costa show. When you spend 200 million making a movie, Warner Brothers wants you to bring even your grandmother to the theater. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure my grandma. Well, my grandma's not alive, but I'm pretty sure Marvel. When I talk about when I go see Marvel movies, Marvel does anticipate me to bring my if I had them if they're still alive, my grandparents to a Marvel movie. I don't think that's their audience. I don't think that's their audience. Um, comic book movies are not there to bring 80-year-olds, 70, 60, 70, 80-year-olds to the movies. I'll say this for a Star Wars audience, it is an older audience. Star Wars do have older people. But comic books, blind, if you could get in, comic book movies tend to lean more towards younger generations. So the idea of bringing, the idea of attacking, not attacking, but appealing to grandmothers and grandfathers, that's a bad marketing strategy. Bad marketing strategy. Okay? Really, really bad marketing strategy. No comic book, no company that is making a comic book movie. It doesn't matter if it's Marvel, DC, or Amazon or whatever. Is marketing towards grandparents. Okay, nobody does. That's not how you do it. Okay, you don't market towards grandparents. I'm sorry, that's stupid. So why were the targeting audience grandmothers and grandfathers? And by the way, like, okay, no, it does. It doesn't appeal to grandparents. I don't. Who does that? Who goes around the boardroom, the marketing team, the promotion team, the team talk working around the movie. Everybody's working about the movie, about who to target. Who goes around? Oh, this. You know what? You know what? We got to market this to grandparents too. No, you don't market this movie to grandparents. Yeah, comic books have well, especially DC have decades worth of history, but comic book movies have been a lot recently in the past 2 decades, right? In the 90s, we get a couple a year, but then in the past 2 decades, we get a lot of a year, right? Superman was like the first, right? Right? And then Batman, and then that. Then we started getting a little bit more comic book movies in the 90s, and then 2000s. And most of the grandfathers and grandparents from that probably were the comics from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s that when they were younger, are not into this kind of not are or maybe maybe grew out of it. They're not interested in this comic stuff. Okay, I don't see how. Why would you target grandparents? That's weird as hell. Like, okay, okay, that's I guess whatever. That's just strange. All right, let's continue down the article while Blind gets in here. It's gonna be here in a minute. Muschietti ran to say that behind closed doors, he found people don't care about the Flash as much as other beloved DC icons like Batman and Superman. No, this is especially true in the woman under and over 25 demographics. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's you say. Of course, nobody cares about Batman and Superman. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But nobody cared about Iron Man or Captain America either in Marvel compared to Spider Man and X Men. Okay? But you have to understand it's your job to make the character interesting. Alright? And of course the women, I mean look at Ezra Miller, no disrespect, you look at Ezra Miller and you look at if your target audience blind is just you look at Ezra Miller and you look at the rest of the DC guys, all right? Look at Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill as Batman and Superman. He I don't know for some reason he disconnected. And you look at Jason Momoa and look at Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller is not exactly a heartthrob. Okay? In fact, the the Flash is not a heartthrob. Oh, here he is. Here's my buddy. Blinded. What's up, Blinded?
What's up?
You gonna be awake tomorrow or you gonna be asleep?
I might sleep. I could sleep in. Today I woke up early, so I guess when I wake up, it'll be
Yeah,
out already. Sorry.
it'll be out for sure. All right, man. Let's see what I found that private conversation that a lot of people just don't. Oh, I read that. Reddit care. Oh, I found that private conversation. A lot of people just don't care about the Flash as a character. Mystery said, particularly the two female colleges. All that's just the wind going against the film. I've learned. Well, any Muschietti, look, you can't look.
Is that the Flash's fault, or is that him not putting enough female characters or making it appealing to women?
Well, also you got to look. That's overall. I think that's Zack Snyder's fault too. Look. They cast Ezra Miller. If you look at the rest of the Justice League, at least most of the Justice League, Gal Gadot, beautiful, stunning woman, right? Men will go see that. Women will go see Wonder Woman, right?
hmm
You look at Henry
Wonder
Cavill.
Woman was in the movie. They barely marketed her
Yeah,
in the
that's
movie.
true. Because they didn't market her out because she was never in the
Well,
trailers or anything.
she's barely in the movie too.
Yeah,
But I mean, the things that he's saying here, I think the Flash is not a popular character is a bit of a weird take.
maybe it's just that I also think like why he's not getting the audience attention. Ezra Miller's not exactly a heartthrob like Ben Affleck or
No,
Henry
he's not
Cavill.
even a well-known actor.
That's true too.
And on top of that too, The Flash was established in arguably one of the worst DC movies that nobody even showed up for. Like, yeah, he was in a couple of seconds in Batman vs Superman, but that was not enough to establish his character.
Yeah,
This version of the Flash was set up for failure from the beginning. They knew that. That's why they put Michael Keaton in it. And in all reality, first off, one, the numbers that it did, if it was just a normal Flash movie, maybe would have been a little bit better, like perceived. But the thing is, this was like one, this movie was incredibly hyped. Two, this was a multiverse movie talking about the return of a classic Batman actor. And meanwhile, there was also rumors of, well, there wasn't, I mean, there were rumors, even though we knew that they were moving on from this current DCEU. Although I don't think the general public really knew. It was just really confusing. I mean, DC movies didn't do well. That's why Black Adam didn't do well, and all these other movies that were coming out after Aquaman didn't do well. So, I mean, Aquaman was really the only one post Batman
yeah.
vs Superman that did well for some strange reason. So, like, to blame this on the Flash is
Wonder
just
Woman did
weird.
well. The
Yeah,
first
why
one.
why not talk about Aquaman 2 and Blue Beetle and Shazam 2? Like those movies didn't do well either.
I think it's because Flash was supposed to be the big one, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't a good movie. It was just
No.
generic filler, and people, in all honesty, like if it was a better received movie and it got like glowing praise, I think it would have done well. But the fact that it was just like mixed and people
Why?
already didn't care for this DCEU,
And why did he say bring
people
it?
weren't
This is a.
inclined to show up.
Why is this the kind of movie that you should bring your grandma to? Who brings your grandma to a comic book movie?
Well, that I mean that's the whole point of
Yeah.
the why he's saying four quadrant appeal. Like the four quadrant, I mean I don't know off the top of my head like to give you a full description of it, but it's supposed to be like you have what people under was it 25, both female and male, and then
Male.
you have above 25, both male and female. And so the thing is, to say this, aren't you supposed to be designing your film, especially a big budget film like this, to hit all four quadrants?
I I just don't think you should. I don't think you should target grandmother and grandfathers. If comic books are supposed to be family films, I think it should just be parents and kids, not really parents, kids, and grandparents.
Well, it's a
Right.
blockbuster movie. They want everybody to show up.
Yeah, but the
That's
problem is
how it's
comic
going to
books
make
don't.
$1 billion.
Yeah, but that's not the older people and like
You
I'm
don't
just saying
think
that that
older
should not be your
people
target
went to go
audience.
see? I don't think it was the target audience, but when they say four quadrant appeal, they're talking
Anthony.
about everybody. They want everybody to go see this movie, which is stupid because if that is the case, then if we're going to include everybody, then the general consensus is that
Let's leave way more.
everybody does not like the DCEU and they didn't show up for previous movies. Why would they show up for The Flash just because Michael Keaton's in it? Like majority of the people who like Michael Keaton are going to be significantly older. They
Yeah,
probably would already see the movie regardless, or maybe they weren't even that interested in watching the movie because again, the movie wasn't good. I think personally, the movie would have done much better if it was one, Christian Bale as Batman, two, they had some tie-in with the
can you
Flash
imagine?
TV show because, and I saw what Degrassi's saying, like they're two different things, but the Flash TV show was still popular, and I feel like there would be some buzz if the Flash TV show version was in this movie and they were crossing over, just like how Ezra Miller crossed over with the TV version. It just seemed weird that they didn't do that in this movie,
Yeah,
especially it being a multiverse movie. I think they needed to be like, okay,
yeah.
how can we get as many people to basically be like, holy shit, this is like, the best DC movie because they jammed in all these characters, right? I mean, and also too, the Flashpoint storyline is a pretty good storyline, and they only did it half-heartedly. Like, it really was not a straight adaptation of that story when It really should have been. I mean, why even introduce the idea of going back in time to save his mom from the killer if you weren't going to show us the killer? Like the villain wasn't interesting. Bringing back Zod
And he,
wasn't a good move either.
and he, and he was even confirmed who the villain was, who killed his mother, and they didn't
Yeah,
do anything to
they
play up
should have
anything
they
on that.
should have in all
Right.
honesty it should have just been Reverse Flash as the villain. You could
Yeah,
have General Zod, you could bring back some I wouldn't even bring back General Zod because Man of Steel is not even like this like beloved movie across the board. So I don't know, they're not really playing with a lot of characters in comparison to Marvel, like
that,
Marvel, right? With what they did with Spider-Man. They're already playing with characters that are already lukewarm, nobody's really interested in. So it's like there's a lot of reasons why this movie didn't do well, but to say it's because the Flash is not a character that people like is insane. It's absolutely insane. It's like the character really can work in live action. People like the TV show. If you were to do that in a bigger budget with an interesting concept, with a great cast, yes, I think it will sell just like any other movie. Obviously, that's hypothetical because you can have the great movie and
yeah.
it could still fail. But but it's like there's so many reasons why The Flash failed. So many reasons why.
That you know what? It feels like this movie was destined to fail from the beginning because this movie was in production like limbo.
Yeah, I think deep down inside they knew that this movie was going to fail, and that's why they put out that narrative of it being the best comic book movie. I think they really, I think in all
That's what they
honesty,
thought.
I think yeah, James Gunn saw it, and I think some other executives, and they were all like, yeah, this is gonna be our big hit. When
And
in reality, that they should have never done that. They because
and Tom Cruise, and some Tom Cruise says it's the best
yeah, they try
movie,
to yeah,
whatever.
I think they knew I listen. I think they were scared. Like Warner Brothers was scared until James Gunn showed up, and then James Gunn was like, "Yeah, this movie was good," and so they were like, "Well, if James Gunn is backing the movie, then it must be good." And so I think that's why they were hyping it up and pushing it and being like getting some strong word of mouth. But again, it's like once the movie actually came out, the word of mouth completely changed. And that's how you could tell it was manufactured word of mouth. It was not legitimate word of mouth. People were like, yeah, even myself, I said the trailer looked good. I watched the movie and it was generic. It
Yeah.
was cookie cutter. It
Yes.
was the most cookie cutter DC movie, which is insane because it's like we've had a string of bad DC movies. So for this one
They
to
wanted something.
also be just uh, this is like again, it's not offensively bad, it's not poorly written or anything like that. It's just like you're watching this movie and it feels like it's been done before. We've seen this. It's a collage of things that we've already seen. And yeah, you could say that about every movie, but the point is, can it at least be entertaining and creative? This movie didn't even do
Hmm.
that. It didn't even do that. It wasn't even creative. They didn't make any sort of interesting ideas with the multiverse. They didn't even really if you were going to, do a loose adaptation of Flashpoint, could you at least play around with the concept of going back in time and Barry seeing an
Oh,
alternate
Tom Cruise has
universe?
done a lot of piece of shit movies. Let's be
Oh yeah, he
honest.
has. Yeah, but like they wanted celebrity endorsement. They just
Yeah.
wanted the word to spread. Whoever
Yeah.
was had a name. I mean, even Stephen King said the movie was good. You know what I mean? Like they were trying to get every
Every
single person.
every actor, there's always every actor thinks they sign up for a movie that's going to be good. It turns out to be the opposite.
Well, everybody wants to make a good movie. It's not like people
Yeah,
go in thinking they're going to make a bad movie. That's never going to happen, right?
unless they're desperate for money, they'll sign up for anything.
Well, yeah, maybe if they're desperate
Like
for money, then
like Nick
yeah, they don't
Cage, like Nick
care.
Cage, right? Because Nick Cage had to do that. Bruce Willis had to do that
Yeah, some
because
I'm sure people, yeah, everybody has to do it eventually at some point. But at the same time, I
money
still
issues.
think with a movie like this, no one was like, "Hey, we're just gonna phone it in." This movie has been in development hell for quite some time. They obviously wanted it out, but at the
Yeah.
same time, they still wanted it to be good because, and this is what I don't understand, right? They looked at this movie, they were confident enough to release it, but they weren't confident enough to release Batgirl. So it makes me wonder, was Batgirl bad? or was there something else wrong with Batgirl that felt like, hey, we have to scrap this? Like, because it just doesn't make sense to me. It's like this movie, in all reality, should have been binned. They should have just binned the Flash. If you were really going to bin Batgirl, you might as well have been the last four DC EU movies and had a clean slate, let everybody forget about the DCEU. But no, instead they put out these movies thinking that what it would do some they would get buzz. I really don't know. Like they would get money. Like I don't know. It's like haven't you seen the last couple of DC movies? Even the most well received movie did not do well. Now granted you could say that was because of COVID with James Gunn, but it still didn't do well at the box
Batgirl
office.
was unwatchable. Oh, I still wanted to see it. See how bad it was.
Yeah, I mean, if they were going to release the Flash, they might as well have released Batgirl.
Yeah.
Unless they were scared of having like a string of like bad movies, but they thought the Flash was good, so they can't even make that argument.
Could
It's
have just
just
done
weird.
200 million tax write off for this piece of shit. No, they couldn't. 200
I
million
think
is a lot.
they probably could have if they really wanted to. I mean, the fact that they shelved Batgirl, remember, that was still like unheard of. They just it's like the movie's done, it's going to release, and then they binned it. So it's like if they can bin that movie, I'm sure they could have been the Flash. It's just that the Flash was like they thought that the Flash could make money.
Yeah, they
But then
did.
here is this is why I'm saying what he's saying here makes no sense. Because if they thought it could make money, then doesn't that mean that they originally thought that it did have four quadrant appeal? And then when the movie completely fucking failed, now he's saying, "Oh, it was because it didn't have four quadrant appeal." But that's
Yes,
why you
yes.
kept the movie around. Like I'm sure that they were going to bin this movie and they were like, "No, we can't do it because this could make money. This could potentially make us money." So it's just weird. It the comments here, I don't know why he had to come out and even say this. Because it first off, it makes him look bad. Because then what? If the Brave and the Bold doesn't do well, is he gonna say it was because of four quadrant appeal or because there's
Yes.
what a different Batman going on? Well, this is what I'm saying. He's making excuses now, and you're like, this just seems weird. It just seems weird. Like, why is he coming out to say all this stuff now?
Yeah. So should we be worried about Batman now with this? Because
I've already been saying that.
well, like Batman does have a broader appeal than the Flash, and to probably get a very hot actor, a much more like attractive actor than Ezra Miller. That does help. um,
I don't think it's gonna help one iota. I gotta be
I
honest.
mean, the thing is, Batman's always been well. Actually, Batman actors haven't been the most attractive in the past. I mean, Michael Keaton was exactly the most attractive male. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not right.
Not the
Was it?
most ideal type for Batman for sure.
Yeah, yeah, right. And Val Kilmer wasn't like maybe a little bit more attractive, but wasn't it? George Clooney was. George Clooney was the guy, one of the good-looking guys, but that movie was shit. And Kristen
Right.
Bale, yeah, Kristen Bale kind of is. Was he wasn't like a top attractive actor, but he was like he was. And then Ben Affleck of all those past Batmans, Ben Affleck is like the most attractive of them all of them. And Robert Pattinson, yeah, Robert Pattinson is kind of an attractive actor because of his Twilight stuff. Like that's what got like this Twilight stuff. Um, I think they're gonna try to get an attractive actor like for Superman. Superman was never an attractive actor. An attractive actor never played the role of Superman until Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill was like the most attractive Superman there ever was, right? And then they had to get attractive actors for for Aquaman because Aquaman's always gonna be like shirtless, right? It's a
Hmm.
DC thing, right? It's a comic book thing, right? The man always has to be at least in one movie shirtless, so they have to get at least an attractive actor for that. Even though Marvel, some of the actors are not the most attractive. I mean, like Ant Man is not attractive. I mean, Paul Rudd is not an attractive actor. He's funny, but you're never gonna see him with a shirt off like you do with Chris
Hmm.
Hemsworth, right? Or Captain America or Chris Evans, right? I
Oh, and
think
by the way, can we look up
there's
the
sex
box
appeal with the
office for
woman.
the Flash? Did Ant Man, the first Ant Man, make more than the Flash?
I think so. Didn't that make over?
So
This has
so
made 200 million,
so
didn't it?
okay, like if we're gonna Ant-Man, I mean, yeah, it's Marvel, but at the same time, it's like I honestly I don't like this excuse that he's saying here. It just doesn't add up. It really does not add up one bit. And honestly, why would he even say this? It's like, aren't you still making a DC movie allegedly, and you're coming out and then saying like like the Flash is pretty much what their fourth biggest character? Like, why would he come out and trash one of their
It's,
biggest characters who, by the
I
way,
think
James Gunn says that there's a Flash project in development. He
it could
said
be
it's on
like
hold, but it's
Flash
in
could be tied
development.
with Green Lantern, Aquaman maybe as the fourth biggest.
I think the
Yeah,
Flash in recent years is definitely the fourth
yeah, him
because
or,
the
or
TV show, there's a ton of people who know about the Flash. I'm sure
yeah.
if you talk about the Flash, maybe Green Lantern,
The
Aquaman, yeah,
thing
maybe
is, in
Aquaman
the
might be fourth,
Arrowverse,
but
a lot of people they had to get rid of certain characters in the Arrowverse, whether kill them off or just have them, right in the sunset, just for the just for the live action stuff. But they never used them in live action.
mhm.
That's what they did with the Arrowverse, at times. Yeah, Green. Do you think Green Lantern is which Green Lantern? That's the question.
I would say the fourth biggest character. I would say definitely the Flash.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
gonna like take in consideration of like every. I mean, I would say close is maybe Green Lantern. The thing is, the Aquaman movie did do well, but Aquaman, I just don't feel like Aquaman has like a ton of characters that people like or are reading his comics versus Green Lantern and the
well,
Flash.
Aquaman has become a lot more popular since they kind of when New
Yeah, but
Fifty
Green
Two.
Lantern and the Flash do have a substantial amount of comic book lore compared to Aquaman.
Yeah,
So
I mean
that's what I'm
Aquaman's
saying.
always been the butt of
And
jokes, right?
then when you factor in the TV show, I mean, the Flash also appeared in other movies that were popular. The Flash was in Suicide Squad. That movie was trash, but it still made money.
Yeah, he
That's
was
also
in
another
Suicide
thing
Squad.
too. The Flash was in Suicide Squad. But look at how long it took them to make a Flash movie too. So by time if the Flash movie came out 2018, it might have done better in all honesty. It might have done maybe I don't think it would have made $1 billion, but it could have made a substantial amount of money.
Yeah, because the intrigue there because we saw a little bit of Flash in Justice League and no
Right.
BVS and also in Suicide Squad in 2016. You're right. Like, yeah,
That's
it,
another thing too that is not mentioned is that the Flash overall, like his movie, it was in development hell for so long. When it came out, it's been years and years. Like since the character was even on screen. Like if it wasn't for the Snyderverse, right? The Snyder cut, like
yeah,
how
they,
long had it been since the Flash appeared in a movie?
yeah, Snyder cut
And
and
also
then
remember too, the Snyder cut didn't even do well. It didn't even do well.
and
So
the thing
it's
is,
been
as
years since people even remembered this version of the character.
the thing is, I feel like Ezra Miller didn't personify Barry Allen to me.
No, yeah.
Okay, like he didn't. First of all, he didn't have the blonde or whatever hair. I mean, like the Grant Gustin didn't exactly have blonde hair, but Grant Gustin played a perfect Barry Allen. Perfect. Um, but he didn't. But yeah, he didn't personify. Like Ezra Miller was like the wrong choice. I think it's the wrong choice for the Flash. Barry Allen, especially. Um,
Hmm.
and Barry, I mean, he's an awkward guy. Now, I don't think. Now, I personally don't. That you can't blame. I don't. I'm not going to use his issues to pass during. I don't know for 2 years, 2 years, right? Because Ezra Miller has been scandal after scandal for 2 years, right?
Right.
I don't think that's anything to do with it. Honestly, I don't think so. I think the general audience just don't give a shit. Only people on social media
Well, I
and
think if I don't know. I think it didn't matter that much, but I still think
exactly.
if you were to Google this guy, you would find the scandals.
Sure, sure,
So he might have
sure.
not been like an A-lister. If he was a A-lister, everybody would be covering it
The thing is,
and
he's a
talking
very
about
good
it.
actor. That's the thing. Ezra Miller's a very good actor.
Yeah,
Like,
but he hasn't been in anything substantial at that point. You know what I mean? Like he was in what's that movie called? We Need to Talk About Kevin. Like
yeah,
he
that's
is a
his
good
best.
actor, but the thing is,
That's his best
there's
role.
not yeah, he wasn't really doing a lot of things at the time that made him blow up. There was The Stand. I think The Stand came out around the time of The Flash. I can't remember the TV
He was
show.
also he was doing Harry Potter also.
Yeah, that is true.
Fantastic
Yeah.
Beasts. Played a substantial role in that, a major role in that. He was the Dumbledore, supposed Dumbledore brother,
Mhm.
right? The third brother. Um, Probably because it might be because of COVID or something. I don't know. Um,
For what?
Grant Gustin. I mean, yeah, they could have Grant Gustin and John Wesley in a cameo. I mean, it wouldn't cost them much. They're not big name actors, right? I mean, yeah, Grant Gustin does the
Mhm.
Flash, but he's not like, I don't know if I would consider him. There's like, here's the thing. It's like you gotta be careful to say who's an A-lister, because if you're getting cast a lot of stuff, because there's like there's actors that get who could do TV shows or movies in almost in every movie, every TV show. Are they considered A-listers? And there's also actors who do a couple movies a year or wait, do movies in between. Like there's like character actors, and there's like specific role actors waiting for the perfect movie or something like that. You gotta be
Right.
careful, right? Greg Gustin's like I don't know what Greg Gustin has done since leaving the Flash. I don't know. The thing is,
Yeah,
CW
really
actors,
hasn't done much.
a lot of
I
lot
don't
of the
think
A
he's
list,
that kind of
a
actor,
lot
but
of A
yeah.
list actors on the Arrowverse, they usually their career has actually gone the opposite direction. Okay, okay. Um, Usually go the opposite direction. There's actually a few characters there's a few actors from the Arrowverse that actually just made it to like A list category for sure. I mean, Stephen
Mhm.
Amell is not, that hasn't broken out to theater. Even Stephen Amell tried. Remember, Stephen Amell
Yeah, he
tried
did
with
try.
Ninja Turtles, right? The second movie.
Yeah, and some on Netflix movie too, he did try.
Yeah, yeah. He did. He's back to doing Suits now. Suits, a spinoff for Suits. So Suits was a respectable, successful show. So, right. Grant Gustin, I don't know what he's done. I do think the Stargirl actress is coming. Is going to be in a horror movie. I wanted to
Mhm.
reboot. I'm not sure if it's. I know what you did last summer or Scream or something like that.
Mhm.
Also, but like then you see some actors do CW to kind of rejuvenate the career. I mean, look, in Stargirl, you got Luke Wilson in Stargirl. Luke Wilson was being cast and stuff, right, in 2010s. But even once you see somebody like Luke Wilson go to Stargirl, is like, oh yeah, their career is going down, but actually his career is going back up again.
Right.
Um, usually that's the case of CW. Um, who's the major CW who's a breakout star now? I guess I don't know. Jason Eccles is kind of maybe broke that mold a little bit from Supernatural.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Slowly, but yeah.
Yeah. Uh that Final Destination. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. I can't believe that. Yeah, they're bringing Final Destination back to the theaters. Now, like, yeah, for Brave and the Bold, hopefully, the thing is, this doesn't sound like he's blaming the fans. It sounds like he's blaming the studio. Okay.
Look, he should blame himself.
Yeah, that too. That too.
I don't understand. That's why I feel like his comments feel like they just feel out of place because one, if the stuff that he's blaming, it's like, shouldn't you as a director also have some creative responsibility
Yes.
too? Like the choices that you made honestly could have been much better, especially from a fan perspective as well. Like the fans were not happy with the movie, and yeah, I know people could say, "Oh, who cares about fans?" But like overall, it just felt like Andy Muschietti was not that big of a fan of the Flash. I don't think he was interested in the character, and I think that's why he's saying this because if you watch that movie again, I've said this before. I'm not like the biggest Flash fan personally. Like I'm not that interested in the character, but to say he's not popular is insane, in my opinion. Like the character is still, again, he's not a Batman, but he still has ongoing comics. Like
He has a
it's
great
just
role
it's
gallery.
yeah, he has a great
Very
gallery. I
underrated.
think the
Very
premise
underrated.
of the Flash is also very interesting. The idea that they had,
Yeah.
like, how was that not a great idea? Like like you were given a layup, and then also on top of that too, the movie was very focused on Batman. So, like, you want to say the character's not popular, but this is also his first movie, and you didn't bother to make him interesting at all. You know, like you didn't make him feel cool or whatever. Like this version of the Flash was dorky, goofy, not
Awkward.
a character, yeah, awkward, not a character that you really want to root for. I mean, if it wasn't for his mother's death, would people really like this version of the character? I don't think so. This character was very annoying. I mean, the casting was wrong. So much stuff was wrong about this movie. That's why I feel like to pin it down with like what two excuses of why this movie failed, it just seems tone deaf. Like it just doesn't, it just misses the entire point of everything. Like the Flash overall, Andy Muschietti did not do a good job. Like that's really it. Um, and it's funny that we still are talking about this. It's funny he's still like supposedly directing this Batman movie. I mean, like it's just insane to me. Like they should have got him off this Batman movie a long time ago. He's clearly, based on these comments, he's clearly not a match at all. So like when that movie fails or that movie doesn't do well, is he gonna come out and start
You got
saying these types of comments?
you got beef?
Got beef with who? With Red? Says blind lies. Officially, we got beef. Oh, because I say he was at the Diddy parties.
Mm.
Um,
Oh yeah, that's on your post. Yeah, I saw that. No, I read Flash comics.
I mean, like I said, I don't really care for the Flash,
The stash, no, the stash. I'm
but
suing.
I'm not the guy
You're
directing
getting
the movie,
sued, man.
right? And on top of that, too, they picked arguably one of the best Flash. Like I won't say best because again, I'm not like the biggest fan of the Flash, but it was
One of the
everybody
best
knew about
stories.
Flashpoint. I would say it's the
Yeah.
most accessible, most like widely known sort of like mainstream story for the Flash, even though it's a comic book story that is basically rebooting the universe and it's very kind of all over the place. So I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. Um, it's just weird. It's just really
I,
weird.
I kind of want to see this bullshit headline here, right? Black Panther 3 actors, Marvel Studios. You want to see this?
What?
This article here. Let's see if the recast of T'Challa. My time to shine. Okay,
Yeah.
my time to shine. It's our fault. My time to lie. I don't. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Aaron Pierre. Well, we know that's bullshit because he signed up for DC, and I'm guarantee you, Aaron Pierre is not going to be how John Stewart for just one thing. So this is bullshit.
For what was this?
This is a My Time to Shine says uh, three actors Marvel Studios has considered for the MCU's T'Challa revealed. My Time to Shine.
Mm.
Pinch us off. So yeah, John David Washington, Calvin Harrison Jr., and Aaron Pierre. Well, now we know My Time to Shine is bullshit, but now we know this is really bullshit because Aaron Pierre we know just signed up for John Stewart, and it's quite obvious he's gonna be John Stewart for the long haul. He's not a
Mm,
one-time thing, right? Like he's not going to be Jon Snow for one series and not be appearing in other DCU projects. So this is bullshit.
right.
And I'm sorry, but John David Washington, no, do all respect, I don't think he has the same. He doesn't have the same appeal as Tarek Boseman. I mean, they should have cast him, but you gotta find somebody who has the same charisma appeal as Tarek Boseman. Like, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard
Honestly,
because
I'm kind of like surprised that they want to cast him for the Avengers movie because it's like I feel like how is that really even gonna work?
because
Like I understand recasting him, that's what I want, but I just don't understand doing it during Avengers.
yeah,
Maybe Secret Wars he can show up and you're like, oh what? That's a new
from a
Black
different
Panther and
universe.
everybody's yeah, and then like do Black Panther 3, but I don't know. I'm not really understanding this
It's
if this
weird
is
because
true.
like
Yeah.
even if an actor does get recast as T'Challa, it's gonna still feel different. It's not gonna be the same because you can have a different. You
Yeah.
could probably have a different. It's gonna be the same interpretation, right? Because it's gonna be from the if it is a 616, but he's dead. But if it's
Mm,
that same T'Challa, someone comes back from the dead, whoever's playing him, it's gonna feel different. It's gonna feel like a variant just because of the actor.
right.
Like sometimes, so yes, it's true. The character is not bigger than the actor is not bigger than the character, but when we cast a character, especially in the same universe, a major character, because MCU has it would be cast major characters except for like War Machine,
Thunderbolt Ross.
Thunderbolt was, but Thunderbolt was the circumstances. That's right. One War Machine. I
Yeah.
mean, like Terrence Howard and Don Cheadle's interpretations, I felt would be very very different. Except this is based on the
Yeah, they
actor,
were different. They were
because
different.
actors have different styles, right? They have different styles, right?
Yeah, they do.
It's if it's a
Yeah, but I
variant,
mean,
fine,
Don Cheadle
fine.
was definitely an example of being totally different. Yeah.
If it's a variant, fine, fine. If it's a variant, it could work. But like if it's the same one that comes back from the dead, it's
Yeah, I
if it's
don't think it's gonna be the same one that comes back from the
yeah.
dead. I don't think that's because that would just make that would just be way too controversial to do that.
Yeah, we talked about this privately. Yeah, everybody's alive except for Wonder Woman.
Yeah, we talked about that. It was garbage.
Yeah, we all knew that. We all knew they were clones. Thank God that game was over. I mean, I stopped playing at I don't know, the first DLC like a year ago. The game's almost a year old.
Yeah, it is a year
Black
old,
Panther
and it's like
3.
given, and now they're giving it away for free, like $5. Like it's just embarrassing.
Uh-oh.
Free $5.
This is horrible. Neil Gaiman shit. Oh my God, that's the big news in the
Oh
comic book
man,
world. Neil Gaiman. Like he did Sandman. No, he did. Did he do a Swamp
yeah,
Thing?
yeah. No, he did
Shit,
Sandman.
he did do Sandman. That's DC.
Yeah.
What did Neil Gaiman do for DC besides Sandman? Because I know he did
I
more
mean,
for
he's done a
DC.
ton of stuff. Jeez,
God,
Marvel too.
Marvel.
Uh, this is bad, man. Holy. I mean, I'm not like surprised. To be honest, I don't. I mean, yeah, he might have written some good comics, but I mean, I'm not like I don't have this weird celebrity worship like some people.
Still murdered by Clone. Tim Drake was still murdered by Clone Batman, and all much of this is dead. In an Arkham verse, and is Arkham X dead too? Yeah, that one's dead
Yeah.
too. Yeah, you see him die in that. Yeah. So the thing is, like, I mean, I hope, fuck, if he's guilty and all this shit, I hope DC and Marvel, because they have some characters or they use in their universe. I hope they don't pay him anything because of royalties and shit. I'd be like, fuck no, fuck no.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but what he did is disgusting. Yeah, for sure.
If
I
it's
mean, it's
yeah,
complicated, right?
I mean, yeah, this is prison worthy stuff. This is like Harvey Weinstein in the comic book world. Okay,
Yeah. Well, this is
bad.
Diddy territory for Red.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is bad, man. And I mean, Netflix just announced. I mean, they're doing Sandman Part 2.
Yeah, they are. They
And
are.
Neil Gaiman was working on that too. I think Neil Gaiman was working on Salmon the show. I think he was executive producer of it. I think.
They killed me. Damn
Let me
it.
see. Was he working on the show with them? With Warner Brothers and Netflix, right? It is Warner Brothers, so yeah. He yeah. So he was He's helping out with the Sandman show. Oh shit. Netflix has to be careful here, huh?
Yeah.
Oof. Oh my god, that's not. I wonder what is going on with Netflix now with the Sandman show. Be like they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to. Neil Gaiman left the show. That's good.
Well,
That's
they're still
good.
gonna continue it because, oh man, I died yet again.
I hope. He did. What else did he do? He's doing upcoming, and he did the American God. Oh my God, he's responsible for the American God show.
Hmm.
Yeah, Doc. He did
Yeah,
some
he's done a
Doctor
ton
Who
of
stuff.
stuff.
This is like, yeah, this is like, yeah, this is like this in the music industry. This is like daily in the movie industry. In this, it's like how you want to say in the comic book slash novel industry. This is this is big. This is big.
Yeah.
He
Unfortunately,
was
these
always,
people do all types of crazy shit, man. It's fucking sick.
and he's got away with it for so many years. Oh, he left the
Yeah.
show months ago. Was he six? Yes, he got fun. That's funny. That's funny, buddy. That's funny. What are you? He's a sick. This is. Oh my god. There's so many sick fucks. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more people in that industry are like sick fucks like this.
Well,
Because I
yeah,
always think people that
they
write.
are.
I
Huh.
always figure people that write novels and comic books deep down are sick fucks. Because
Damn.
you gotta be deep down sick fuck to think about like writing erotica or crime mystery or horror shit like that. You gotta have a disturbed mind. I'm sorry. Did you
Damn.
watch? Do you remember that Johnny Depp movie where he's like he killed his kids, his
Hmm.
family, and he's having paranoia with John Turturro? Um,
Right.
you think we're getting a Switch too? No, blinded. Did you hear about this
Switch 2
possibly
is
we're gonna reveal?
supposedly rumor tomorrow,
You
or
hear this
like
rumor that about
I
Switch
think they're
Two is
gonna
gonna get
announce
revealed?
it. Yeah, apparently they're gonna
Yeah,
announce it tomorrow, and
Feb-
then
yeah.
Thursday, then they're gonna show us the handheld, but then
I don't think it's
apparently there's
coming out.
no
I don't think
games.
I think that's bullshit. I don't think they're gonna do show it.
I
Announce it.
think it. I think I could see them just showing the hardware. It sounds very Nintendo-y to just show the
And I
hardware
heard,
and no
yeah,
games.
it said I read that leak, same leak. It said they're gonna also turn out and it's gonna go on sale for March. I'm like,
No,
yeah,
it's not coming out for March. No, 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 no,
yeah.
no, no, no. That's
There
not
is a
happening.
Nintendo
That's
Direct, I think,
definitely not
scheduled for
happening.
next month. I think there's a
No,
direct
there's
scheduled for
not.
next
There's
month.
none scheduled for next month. We don't know when the next Nintendo Direct is.
And the rumored price for Canadians is $400.
Probably not. Probably not is my guess.
How much was the first?
The
How much was the Switch came out?
three 379. It didn't change. It didn't change. I think the Switch OLED did. They increased it a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. Like all of it is just rumors at this point. I don't. If they do talk about the hardware, I would only be interested in the specs. That's all I would care about. Like if you're not gonna show me any games, uh,
Yeah,
unless there's like some crazy feature, I mean, again, I don't really care that much.
there's
I mean,
crazy rumors out there
like
that games
I
could
don't
be
know
like,
why people are going like absolutely berserk of like wanting like so bad, like foaming at the mouth for a new Switch. Where it's like, bro, the Switch is the Switch. It's not, a PlayStation or like a, a fucking graphics card where it's like, holy shit, like the games that I'm playing, like it can
yeah,
barely handle it. It's like, what are you even? I mean, first off, to the people who are even saying that for a Switch, what the fuck are you even playing on Switch that's so fucking demanding? Um, Most people are playing the exclusives. So I never understood why people are so
Yeah,
obsessed about
I
what the
heard the
hardware
leak that
was.
just gonna I heard the leak is gonna be 25 launch titles and all the games that came out on
Yeah,
other
that's
consoles.
bullshit.
Yeah.
There's no fucking lineup that ever launched with 25 games.
No console has,
The
right?
rumor that they might not even have a lot of games seems more plausible, to be honest. Because why wouldn't why wouldn't they show games at the
Then I heard
launch?
this
That's the
rumor
thing I
too.
just
Yeah,
don't understand.
I heard
Like
this
when
rumor
you want to
too.
show some games, like tease some games, I don't know. It's Nintendo. Nintendo does weird shit and then they make billions of dollars. So who the fuck do I know, right?
I mean, I tried reserving the Switch online. Lucky my GameStop was close by. I just went there. I was able to pre-order it, and
The
thank
only
God.
way I would buy a Switch 2 day one is if they have Mario Kart day one.
That's one of the rumors that is the rumors
If
that yeah
that's
we don't
the
believe.
only way I would buy a Switch 2.
And
Otherwise,
if it comes to the new Mario game, because it's about I mean I guess Mario
it
Wonder
has to
and
come with a new. My rule for myself is if they have Mario Kart, then I would buy it day one.
you know
But
what I
I
think they'll
really
never do.
don't really want to
I
buy it
don't
day one.
I think the Mario Kart's become Grand Theft Auto 5, where it's just gonna add
Well, yeah,
shit
it's
over
one. It is the best-selling video games, and also Mario Kart is extremely good. It's addictive.
it is really good. But that's the reason I don't think they're gonna do. They're just gonna do a remake and over again. That's what they're gonna do. It's gonna be like
That would
they're
suck. I
milking.
mean, it's been 10 years since Mario Kart 8. Like I bought Mario Kart 8 twice.
Oh come on, Degrassi.
I didn't even really.
Do you think it's
Doesn't
Zelda?
support. They're
Do you
going
think they're
to.
gonna
It's
make a
100% going to support 4K. That's not
Do you
even.
think they're
That's
gonna
not
make a
even a
sequel to
question.
Breath of the Wild? No, to Tears of the Kingdom, or you think they're gonna
No, I
remake
think they
another
might
one?
have a remaster for Breath of the Wild though.
Oh,
Yeah, but the Switch, there's no way in hell the Switch 2 is not gonna have 4K. It's not gonna be 4K handheld. That's impossible. That's literally would be impossible. So I don't know who is expecting that, but 4K, I feel like that's almost guaranteed. The only reason why the original Switch wasn't 4K is because it would make it more expensive, and on top of that too, the hardware itself can't even support 4K. But if the Switch 2 does have DLSS 3, then yeah, this is going to be easily be able to do 4K. Will it be the most cutting edge graphics? No, but it's still going to look at least decent. You're probably going to get some games that are on PS5. But again, I don't even really care, right? Because I just want to play new Nintendo games. I don't even care about the graphics. I feel like the graphics and all this stuff really needs to go away. I hope one generation, the next generation, people can get over this graphic stuff because I feel like it's hampering development of these games. Like these at least the AAA games. It's like so many of these games come out, they look good and then they play like crap. Suicide Squad, it looks good. That game does look next gen, but it's a crap game.
it's
Who
a
wants
bad
to
game.
invest all their time
And
into
you
something that
praised the
looks
beta.
good?
I remember
Yeah,
you praised the
it
beta
still
on 20.
was it was still was a fucking
I remember
crap
that.
game. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Like the beginning part of that game is pretty good until you realize, oh yeah, that's because you keep doing that over and over and over again. It's like,
Yeah, because you wanted to introduce it to get the controls, to understand the mechanics and the controls of the
yeah,
characters.
it's like they knew it's like that
I didn't
beginning
like
part
that.
is the best part of the game, and that's all they had to offer. And I was just like, the boss fights were bad, the story was bad, the game was bad. I don't know what else to say. Um, it was a waste. It was a total waste. Will I
Marvel
buy
Avengers
their
is better
next
than Suicide
game? I don't
Squad.
know.
Just trying
Avengers
to
was, I would
competitiveness.
say, Avengers was better than Suicide Squad.
The thing is, Marvel Avengers. I'll say it's not a bad game. Suicide Squad is a bad game, but Marvel Avengers is
Avengers
not.
is
It's an
100%
average.
a bad game, but
It's to me, it's just
it's
average. I mean,
way the story, at least the campaign was decent. Like if they just
yeah,
sold the campaign, it would be like a 7 out of
yes,
10 in all
yeah,
honesty.
yeah, yeah,
Like the only
yeah.
reason why it really gets demoted is because that whole
It's a
post game, none of
it's like a
that was
5
very
out of 10 to
interesting.
me. It's a
Gotham
5 out of
Knights is
10 to
another
me.
bad game, like just a boring, absolute slob of a game. Oh my
Yeah,
god, like the combat is slow, everything in Gotham Knights is terrible. Like I don't know what has been going on with some of these like
There's some
developers, but it's like
games
they
with
put out
great
a
graphics
game.
that are shit. This is a problem. There's some great games that have great graphics that are completely bad. They're bad.
Yeah,
Graphics don't make the game. It's story, gameplay, mechanics, um, a lot
those
of
are
other
the most
stuff.
important things. I mean, I wish more developers focused on
What do you think?
physics. What
What do you
happened
think? A
to
lot of
focusing
people
on
like
physics?
independent games. Fortnite is not the best graphic game, but look how great it is. Minecraft, same
Yeah.
thing. A lot
I
of
mean, there's
independent
tons of
games.
yeah, there's a ton of games that are good, have amazing gameplay that are not.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if this trend will go away because I feel like the the people who are holding
social
up this trend
degrassi.
is really PlayStation. PlayStation's holding up this trend. Which should turn and everyone will buy it. Well, Nintendo makes good stuff. What am I supposed to say? Nintendo doesn't really make bad games. It's like if you don't play Nintendo games, I can
They
understand
just
why
don't
you
make a
might
lot of them.
dislike them.
They
No,
just don't.
Nintendo makes great games. Nintendo is
Yeah,
probably the only one still making games
but
that are focused
but
primarily
they're
on
the
gameplay.
but they're the ones usually with the less exclusives a year compared to PlayStation.
No, Nintendo has
Not
put out
anymore.
way more exclusives than PlayStation.
PlayStation used to put
In
out
a
a lot.
year, in a year,
Using a
Nintendo
lot.
puts out way more games than PlayStation.
Really?
No, that's not even a question. Yeah. This last year, they put out more first party games than
These
PlayStation did.
PlayStation and
PlayStation's
Microsoft.
only first party game was Astrobot. And then they
It
had
used
to
to.
sprinkle in the second party games like
It used to not be like
Helldivers
that.
and
I think
Stellar
it's like that for
Blade.
the. I think you're right when the PS5 came out.
The PlayStation 5 generation is still I think is going to be the worst PlayStation generation.
Yes, and it's already been 5 years, right? Almost 5 years, and
Yeah, it's been 5 years. We're almost at the tail end of the like. I don't think the PlayStation 5 is gonna last past 2028. I really can't see that
in the
happening. I
Series
think they're
X,
going to. I think they're going to get I think the Series X and S. Those consoles are going to.
they're on the
I can
same
see them
path as
putting out a new
PS5.
console 2027, and that will probably be
Man,
the last Xbox
it
console.
is it is about time. Like, I mean, this is about the right time for Nintendo to put
Yeah,
out consoles. It's been 8 years. Eight
yeah,
years.
Nintendo was the one who was sitting on the Switch for a long time, probably because it was selling well. And in all honesty, it was really like the first Nintendo
You,
console in a long time that was just it was just a straight up Nintendo
you
console.
remember
It
the
wasn't the
GameCube?
Wii. What it wasn't even the DS. Like the DS had some decent games, but then like over time it well and even in the beginning too, it was like
The Wii
a lot
U,
of
the
those
Wii U,
casual type games.
the Wii U was so
Yeah, the Wii U was the
huge flaw.
worst. Was one
It,
of the
it, it,
worst Nintendo
we
eras.
came
Yeah.
out in 2012, and only about 3.5 years the next console comes out. That's how bad you have. You know how bad your console has to be. How bad it has to be in order to do that. You just have to. It's like you never. If Wii U is successful, the Switch will not come out 2017. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
No,
They
it'll be
only
like
put out the
2008.
Switch as like a last. They had to put out the Switch because the Wii U was gonna cripple Nintendo so bad. And that's their fault too. I mean, like the Wii U was just a mega disaster. That's why I'm like a little bit concerned with the Switch 2 because the Switch 2 could easily become like a Wii U situation
Mm-hmm.
where people are confused. What is it a sequel? There's so many stuff that could be potentially confusing to people, and I just worry that Nintendo because this is a new CEO. Like the old CEO, he died. He was the one who was in
I
charge of
can't
the
laugh.
development for Switch before he died. Well, yeah, he did pass away. Iwata, he passed away. He passed away in 2015. But he was the one developing the Switch. That was like his last legacy. So I don't even know what's gonna happen. We'll have to see. I think as long as the companies, the AAA companies, I should say, it's really only the AAA companies. I don't blame independent developers at all. Like there's no reason to blame them. It's the AAA companies who, for whatever reason, they're sinking in all this money thinking this is gonna like net them massive amounts of profits. Probably this year we'll see Ubisoft go into bankruptcy. That's very likely. I mean, when you see their stock and how it crashed, the fact that the company
Yeah.
itself is floundering like crazy, and the only reason why they continue to do bullshit is because it's a family-owned company.
Hmm.
So they could just keep failing and failing. They were about to get bought out. The only reason why they don't want to get bought out is because the guys who are currently in charge still want to be in
Well,
charge during the buyout.
I mean, PlayStation in the next 10 years will have PlayStation and Xbox will have a handheld.
Not even the next 10 years. In the
Yeah,
next
and
less than 5
speaking
years,
generous.
they'll have a handheld console, both of them.
Yeah.
And at this point, Xbox will be like it'll be like Valve. Will put out a console. It'll be like the ultimate Xbox or some bullshit like that, and they'll call it a day. And it will be like a PC. You could play your games. It's an Xbox. That's what they're gonna do. PlayStation will probably still make consoles. They'll continue to make consoles until it's not profitable for them anymore, and then they'll just have to. If streaming is viable, then they'll all just switch to streaming. But we're still gonna have another generation with consoles. There's no way they're gonna get rid of consoles, because I mean, one, again, if they're going after this computing power and the graphics and all these different stuff, then yeah, you do need local hardware for that. Streaming some of these games is too intense. It's way
No, the
too
best.
intense.
All right, guys, got some breaking news.
What breaking news? Oh wow.
This is a
Oh wow.
the future.
Now this is what's gonna end the Snyderverse.
It's a lit.
This is what caved the Snyderverse. It's over. Based on this single image. This single image, they saw it, and their hearts just all dissipated. They all just died, and that was it. The movement. No one heard a peep from the Snyder people once they saw this picture. It's over.
Hi, Sean. Uh, uh, Can you, this is gonna. Yep, this is the future, guys. July 11th. No, whenever the premiere is. The premiere is not gonna be July 11th. That's when the movie comes out for the public. So probably be like a week or two ahead, whatever. This is what's gonna happen. Because this pick is gonna get out, because I can see the future. Yes, I do have Doctor Fate's abilities, his powers. See the future. This is gonna happen.
Mhm.
This is gonna end the Snyderverse. For once and for all. And you're gonna hear it first. Aaron will order kill the Snyderverse.
It's over.
It's over. It's over. It's over. And
It's
also we
never
got
been
leaked.
more over.
We also got lantern leaks. The filming on set. They're ready to begin filming. We got lantern leaks, and we know what
They already started
So we
filming?
got,
I thought they
yes,
were
they
filming
have.
in February.
Well, this is
Supergirl
early.
started today.
This is costume. This is costume.
Oh, they're doing like what? Costume tests
Yeah.
or something?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, okay, you got me. I'm not looking down at the screen. Okay, I get it.
Kyle Chandler's Hal Jordan. And
I get it now. These are some good AI pictures though.
it's actually X's AI, Gronk.
Oh,
That's
that's
what.
what I had a feeling. Yeah, I had a
Yeah,
feeling.
it's actually really detailed.
Yeah, because they don't
It's really detailed for some
they
reason. I
allow
mean,
you to do like copyright material and like controversial
yeah,
things.
yeah. It's got to be careful. You got to be careful. Yeah, I like if that does come out, like, I'm in so much trouble.
Yeah, you gotta be
If like the
careful with
pumpkin.
Fallon Musk and his fraudulent behavior.
No, I'm not worried about Musk. What if I put this on X and people would take people really what if it gets what if it gets trending and stuff? What if it gets people start seeing it and it gets how sometimes on threads, you get
Yeah.
what if this really gets around and it gets to like James Gunn or like people working on lanterns. You know how much shit I would get?
Yeah.
Like it's hilarious. It's like what? Yeah, see, the Degrassi thinks you're gonna Degrassi. No, I know he told me this. He wouldn't be surprised if Zack Snyder does it up at the premiere.
Probably will. I mean, he said he's looking forward to the movie. That would like collectively melt their minds, or they'll just be like in straight up denial. Be like, oh, it doesn't exist. That never
The
happened.
thing
That's not a
is,
real
it
image.
looks. The thing is, it looks so damn real, like it actually did happen.
Yeah. There's a couple of wonky things, but like if you Photoshop them, it would be pretty good. Like that would
Isn't
be
there
a
a story?
convincing fake.
Is there a story of Brad Pitt and this woman from France who thought she was like dating Brad Pitt or something? I don't know.
So that sounds familiar. That sounds very familiar.
I think I was reading over Twitter. I'm like, Brad Pitt was trending. I'm like, what the fuck was he um, trending about? I'm like, some girl in France, some woman thought he was dating Brad Pitt. It's getting scammed. An invitation. And hey, I mean, that if a picture does come out with them hugging or they're shaking hands in front of the Superman premiere, that will end the Snyderverse fans. They'll be like, "Why Snyder?" They'll be like, "How can you sell your soul to the devil?" That's what they'll think. It's like they'll accuse him of selling his soul to the devil. They think James Gunn's the devil and like Snyder sold the soul to him. Oh yeah, man. uh, all right. I guess tomorrow is a busy day. Captain
Yeah,
America,
Daredevil.
Captain America numbers are looking okay at best. Like 95, 80 to 90. They
Yeah.
say 80 to 90. That's okay at best. I mean, it's probably gonna do.
I mean,
I don't
I
know,
don't think it's
400,
gonna turn
500.
a profit, not because of the
No.
budget, but it would be, I guess, a decent amount of money. If it's good, maybe it would. It's still gonna leg out, but those crazy estimates that it could make $1 billion, yeah, that's out the window.
Who
That's out the
estimated
window.
that? Like, that's not us.
Me, me. Remember, I was like in July. I'm like, oh, I could see this making $1 billion. Maybe that was even
When did he
recent
make
too.
that
September.
estimate? When?
I said
When?
September around that time. Because I'm like, well, maybe it could make some money, and maybe it could make if it's really good. But then it's like we heard that all these rumors and stuff. I kept going back on this movie. I'm still not certain. I'm not like extremely hyped, but I'm still gonna go see it on opening weekend. Oh, where's
Me
everybody
too.
here?
Me too. I'm definitely gonna see an opening weekend too. I mean,
I
Thursday.
have a lot of
Like
problems with Sam as Captain America, but I
Sam,
mean,
I
we'll
am.
see. We'll see how it all pans out.
Oh, you know
Ah,
how
that killed me.
if I was able to find a way to ask somebody who dated a Snyder fan, I would try to find a girl that Zodwider dated. Try to have her come
Oh
on.
yeah, that story was funny. That story's way too funny.
Somebody hook me up with that woman. I want her on my streams, future streams. All right, yeah, shorter stream.
That's it.
Yeah,
There's
my
no
flag. I
other
think
news.
I don't know what
Oh
other
shoot,
news is there. Oh, there is other news. Let's see what other
is
news there
there?
is. It start.
Yeah, it's early still.
They're starting to get more news this week. Last week it was like very
Yeah, the fires and stuff.
yeah, the fires were yeah, for sure.
Wasn't there
Last
drama
I mean, The Last of Us season 1 is being released
for
in
season two?
limited 4K steelbook. No, that's season 1.
Oh, the first one.
It's limited edition 4K steelbook for sale.
Right.
Um this is today is the final episode of Star Wars Skeleton Crew, which I'll watch after the stream.
Mm.
The guy. Oh, this is interesting. I thought this guy was dead, but I don't know. I don't. This guy from the first Iron Man movie who played one of the
Oh
terrorists.
yeah, yeah, he's coming back.
I thought he was dead, but I guess not.
Yeah, that's interesting. And Vision. I am looking forward to this Vision show because I always liked Vision as a character, so it's like kind of
I
want to see
understand,
what they do.
but
And I
give him
do
some
like the Tom
personality.
King comic too. Oh,
Yeah,
by the
give him.
way, I
This is based
people
on
should
Tom King
read.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, it is. There's a new Batman comic that's called Batman Dark Patterns. That book is really good. You should check it out
and
if you read comics.
I really don't comment on Hollywood, like the scandal shit like that. I mean, we talk about
Right.
it, but the Justin Baldini case got really interesting today. Did you hear
Oh
about the
yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah,
He's suing
I don't
Marvel.
follow this stuff because I have no clue
Yeah,
what
but it's
is going
funny.
on. But yeah, this is like
He
straight up delusional where he's like nice pool was based off
what's
of
nice
him.
pool?
And you're like, "What?"
He,
I I don't even know, man.
how can you fucking prove that?
Yeah, I don't even how would you even prove that? Did he himself tell him or like is it a rumor like I don't even know. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, it's weird as hell. I mean, like, what? What? Get me like nice
Yeah,
pool.
just totally
Like
weird.
seriously, seriously. And that whole, I mean, I'll just say that whole Blake Lively, Justin Baldini situation. I really don't know who to believe. Honestly, it's a mess. It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's starting to feel like Amber Heard, Johnny Depp shit.
Yeah, the
Like,
way that the
yeah,
story
maybe
came out, like I have no clue what is going on because it's like oh, okay, like at first it seemed like Blake Lively, Jesus, was like saying
like,
I don't know, she was doing some weird when the movie first came out, all that like drama was popping up and people were
well,
like,
there was
"Oh,
drama like when the movie was coming
yeah.
out. Like there was drama like when the movie was coming out. Um, didn't get to a point where she sued the New York Times. She's where she sued him to like a month
Yeah.
ago, like in December. But there was like she wasn't like, cause yeah, there was a lot of drama behind that whole movie. It didn't come out till when the August, I think, when the movie came out, and that's when started stuff leaked out and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's like it's a he. It's a he said she said kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like, what's the proof? Who is lying? Because you always provide text. Text can be manipulated. I'm sorry, you could lie with text.
Well, it's a lot of like who really knows what's going on. I mean, this is all just being aired out in
Yeah,
the public and like they clearly want people to take sides because it's like why is this even being talked about in the press? I mean, it's just a weird situation. And then there's like other serious accusations. I don't know. I just saw this stuff and I was like this is weird, but like I have no clue what's
because
going on.
I mean, like I'm like Joshua Balladini. If this is all true about him, he's done. But Blake Lively, if he's lying about this shit, how does it affect her career? Because look who her husband is. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why she would lie about that. Knowing that
yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
like it
like,
would torpedo like not just her career. So I don't know about that. Sounds a little bit weird.
yeah.
The whole,
I
like
mean,
I said,
like,
the whole
don't make it
situation
like
seems really weird.
it's strange as hell. All right,
Yeah.
it's a little bit shorter stream. Well, actually, it was a very solid stream today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna stream early in the 10 a.m. Eastern time. If you're up, you're up. If you're not, well, I'll probably stream again tonight.
Mm,
Probably do more when we're more awake. Again, when we're more awake, because sometimes when you just wake up, you're not exactly focused 100%. So we'll do two streams tomorrow morning and night.
right.
We'll go over what we missed on tomorrow night, obviously, and then I think because we know what's going to happen. The Grace is going to make a video on this. We know Grace is gonna make a video, right? So we're gonna
On what?
finally do Grace again on the Daredevil trailer.
Oh, I mean, she already said that she liked the trailer though.
How could she like the trailer? She hasn't seen it.
She has the leaked trailer.
Oh, but she likes
Yeah.
it. But did she get things wrong? Oh, because she was at Comic Con.
No, it was during D23 when it leaked, and she said that it looked
Oh
pretty
yeah,
good.
it leaked again, huh?
Yeah,
Did you
it's the
hear that? It
same,
leaked
and it was the
again.
same I assume the
I
trailer
know
they're
it's a
gonna
New York
put
Comic
out
Con.
is gonna be like a slightly different version of what was already out there. I mean,
They can.
I think they
They
just need to
can. They had a lot
market
of
it. That's
time.
really it. Like we're almost.
They had a lot of time to change it up. I mean, like since D23.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, it comes out very soon, so I just hope it's good. That's really it, because it's like, in all honesty, the only things I really care
Oh,
about for Marvel that I'm gonna base them on, it's not even Captain America or Thunderbolts. I've already written those stuff off. What I'm gonna judge Marvel is on Daredevil and Fantastic Four, because I feel like those are way more important. Um, and if those movies are good, or not movies, but movie and show is good, then I think it would gain the more, like, I would take that as a bigger win than Captain America flopping or Thunderbolts flopping or not being good, you know.
hmm.
But that's just my personal opinion, because those are the only things I really care about.
Yeah. Well, if Grace likes it, it's probably be a bad stream. But you know what? She might still get some things wrong.
Maybe. I mean, she always gets stuff wrong. It's Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't people like going after Grace because of Sonic?
Is it Sonic? I thought they're going after
Yeah, I
Superman.
believe it. Yeah, I believe they're going after her because she was like implying Shadow was like a PDF file or something like that. You didn't hear about this? You didn't hear about
Oh
this?
my God! No,
Yeah,
no.
people are the Sonic fan base. I mean, listen, I've already said my piece about the Sonic fan base.
But
But at the
that's
same
ridiculous.
time, it's kind of funny.
She's caught. Seriously, she's caught Shadow a.
Yeah, she said that Shadow was definitely adult coded, so it feels weird that he's hanging out with a 15-year-old girl. But then the
Yeah.
thing is, Shadow is supposed to be a 15-year-old boy, so
How old is
it's just
Sonic?
that he's played by Keanu Reeves, so it maybe is kind of
Sonic.
weird, but
How old is Sonic? Isn't Sonic like a teenager
yeah, Sonic's like a teenager too.
hanging out with adults too?
Yeah, they're all
And
kids.
Knuckles is supposed to be on the same age as Sonic, and he doesn't sound like a teenager.
No, but I mean that's Grace kind of just like saying stuff, and then you know people being like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I can't believe she said that," and you're like, well, it's Grace Randolph. She's bound to say something
No.
beyond stupid once in a while,
No.
maybe ever
Well, you
so
know what he
often.
means. We know what he means. We know what he's saying.
What?
Not you know.
What I'm not even looking at the chat.
Sonic is
Shadow
like
is a
14.
PDF file. Yeah, she probably stops making herself such an easy target. I think personally, honestly, at this
He
rate,
doesn't know video games.
I think
That's
she
why.
does this on purpose.
Oh
Oh
well,
yeah,
she.
we already
Yeah.
know that. But I think she does this on purpose. I think the only thing that like that it just upsets me about Grace, right? I shouldn't even say upset because that's a little bit weird. But like it just pisses me off um that she just never like owns it. Like she never like she always
She
caves
never. Yeah. She
in.
doubles down.
She always like or yeah, she doubles down or she like does this victim complex. Like in all honesty, I don't understand why she can't tell people. It's very easy. Tell them to kick rocks because it's like if it's her opinion is weird, and she is a reviewer, and I do think if you're a reviewer, you kind of have to like weigh your opinion versus can I recommend this to people. I feel like that's what a good reviewer should do is like,
Hmm.
hey, is this something that is worth people's money, time? Will they enjoy this? Will they like this? For different reasons. And I mean, it's a complex thing, right? And then you sprinkle in your opinion, right? Um, but I mean, like, I just don't. The thing is, like, people on the internet are crazy. That's really it. People are
Yeah.
on the internet are fucking crazy, and they, for whatever reason, people will sprout all types of bullshit. And I don't know, people just eat it up and they all just stand in a fucking circle eating up their fucking slop. It turns into a massive echo chamber. So it's like I just and she has a massive echo chamber. That's another thing. And so when she's always talking about these haters and stuff, it's like she has to understand that the same people who hate her, I bet, I 100% bet that these same people are members. They're donating to her. It's
Sure.
like the same people who say I don't even know if people even follow this stuff, but there's like if you know the red pill people, like the people who are always talking about like women
Yeah, I know.
are these people, right?
Yeah,
Those
yeah, I know
dudes
them.
do this all the time where they bring on women who have OnlyFans and then the dudes are in the chat donating money to these women, calling them names, making fun of them, saying all types of terrible things, and then they go and subscribe to their OnlyFans. So that's what I mean. People are weird. People on the internet, they have they're anonymous. They can say whatever. There's no real consequences because these people don't have followings, and they all rile up. They all have a massive community. And that's why I keep saying the biggest problem today will be social media. It has always been social media. If there's a problem, it's because of social media. And sometimes I really do think, and this is my rant. I wish now I should be streaming because should be saying this shit on my stream.
That's tomorrow,
But
right? You're streaming tomorrow.
yeah. But like in all honesty, I just think people should get the fuck out of social media. I'm like I'm thinking just like going completely cold turkey and getting rid of this shit because I'm like seeing I'm like, oh shit, this is not productive whatsoever. There's no real value in what any of this stuff. I mean, the thing is, the only platform that I like that I believe is productive is YouTube. That's the only platform that I believe is somewhat productive. It's just that again, the
Me
way the
too, guys.
audience operates, they all just kind of like slurp up bullshit. But I mean, you know, it's their choice, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, eh, I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right. All right. Thank you for coming on. I know you have.
No
I know
problem.
you're. I think you said you're streaming on Wednesdays.
Yeah, I'm streaming on Wednesdays because yeah, I'm back. I'm back at school. It's not gonna be as hectic as before, so it's not gonna be as bad. But I do want
School
to
is driving you
stream from
crazy
time
the
to
past
time.
semester, man. School's
Yeah,
driving you
it was
crazy.
way too much. That now it's been lowered, so I'm not gonna
Good.
have that issue.
You finished
And my
that.
personal problems, I'm working on my personal problems. I don't talk about that stuff, but
No, no, no.
no, yeah, you know
Tell
what I'm
me what
talking about.
time
But
you
yeah,
streaming tomorrow.
um,
Tell me.
I 7. I'm gonna stream on Wednesday
Yeah.
and Fridays. That's when I'm gonna stream.
And Friday is, I believe, is chit chat,
Yeah, I'm either
open
gonna
mic
like,
or
cause
whatever.
OBS is just, yeah, it's gonna be. I want to have like more people on just to like conversate and have different opinions and stuff. Um, cause I kind of like it. You know, when Red comes on or like, um,
Yeah.
my other friends would come on and we talk about different stuff. So yeah, I kind of want to do that. Um, so that's kind of like my goal. See where that goes.
Also, guys, if you see my latest video on this channel, it's Stephen A. Smith.
Oh
Sports guy.
yeah.
But my video is not about sports with him. It's about Dragon Ball Z. He said Vegeta's name wrong. Thanks to Blinded, I downloaded CapCut, so I downloaded a bunch of clips from him. I mean, I
Mm.
captured a bunch of clips taking fan questions, not related to sports, but related to pop culture stuff. Couple Fortnite and X, and I kind of used CapCut and put it into one montage video. So I expect to be
So
up
you're still
soon,
gonna use
either
it then?
tomorrow or maybe. Um,
You're still gonna use
yeah, for
CapCut?
stuff like that, because
Okay.
yeah, for restream, right? For restream,
Right.
I don't know how to do montage stuff like that. So I see need stuff in the
No, I
CapCut. The
don't
only
think they
thing with
have
CapCut, you cannot
editing. Yeah.
record. Yeah,
Yeah, you were
for
telling me you
for
can't record
CapCut.
from like the desktop, is what you were saying.
Yeah, you could do your voice. You could record your voice, but you can have
Right.
no camera.
Yeah,
So
that's
if you
something
want to
they should
record it,
probably
if you
add.
want to, the thing is, you probably have to record on your camera from the webcam or your wherever in your camera inside, right?
Right.
Then you can
Yeah,
put
you
it on.
probably
Then
would have to do
when
that.
you done record. I don't want to do that. Honestly, I'd rather because it takes a lot of work.
Mhm.
I'd rather have record off CapCut, but they don't do that. Um,
Yeah, I didn't even know that. If that's what you were looking for, I would have probably recommend
it's
something else. But
okay. I mean,
CapCut is definitely the better free version editing tools.
that's what I
Like
want free, man.
especially for beginners.
I don't want
It's
to pay.
very
That's the thing.
user friendly.
You
Yeah,
still
that's
CapCut. You
another
just
thing too.
pay for extra features, but a lot of it's free.
Right.
I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay. That's the thing. That's the reason why. Because I want to do other stuff. I just don't want to do like Steven Spielberg. I want to do other stuff like that. Because I record like now those videos, right? Those two
Hmm.
Stephen A. Smith, those are all recordings off. I just use to press a certain buttons on my computer and record it, right?
Right.
That's and that's how I mean, I guess Dragon Ball Z name is wrong. Okay, a preview before when I upload this preview. He gets Pokemon names wrong. Okay,
Hmm.
Charmander. He gets Charmander's name wrong. Okay, he does a crash of Mewtwo versus LeBron James in a one-on-one. Okay, he talks about Fortnite and what best locations he would drop in Fortnite, where he would drop himself in Fortnite, and he goes over the fucking Fortnite map
Oh
too.
man.
He has his X-Men draft, right? X-Men draft. Also, you know the Johto Pokemon region, like the gold and silver editions. You know, you
Right.
pick those 3 stars: Cyndaquil, Totodile, and that what's the other one? And the other one, the plant one, I forget his name. Turkarita or I forget. I'm sorry. He chose a Cyndaquil, and
Yeah, I
his
forget.
reasons for me too. His reasons why he chose Cyndaquil too. It's funny. I just
Mm,
yeah.
I forgot Pokemon is coming out with a game this year, but like that
They
last
come
game
out with a
really
game usually
messed me
every
up.
year, mostly.
Well, they skipped because of how bad Scarlet and Violet was.
Yeah, yeah.
That was like the only bad Nintendo game, and I wouldn't even count that as Nintendo because that's all on Game Freak. That's all on Game Freak and the Pokemon Company, so I don't even blame them for that.
Yeah, I agree. All
But
right, guys. Thank
otherwise,
you for
like
watching.
Nintendo, they're on point. No Nintendo hate, please.
Yeah.